Hey y'all, welcome back. Welcome back to the last episode of season 1 of Diary of a Divine Black Girl. Y'all, we are at the season finale. That's crazy. I know y'all be expecting me to be loud, but y'all, this is so surreal and I'm really trying to just I'm a gangster, y'all. I swear I am. I'm a sensitive one. I'm a sensitive gangster, y'all. I'm a sensitive gangster. This has really been a real experience for me. I just can't believe it's done. Like season 1 is done. Trust me, y'all, I'm not gone. I'm coming back for y'all, okay? Because we got to get into some more stuff. I got to get y'all the tea. Like, it don't just stop here, okay? We got college. We got adult world. And adult world just keeps on going. Because I'm a full adult now. It just keeps on going up. Them ages just going to keep on popping. Pop, 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 pop. Like, I'm going to blink and I'm going to be like 42. Oh, my God. But it's so surreal. And I just want to give a shout out to myself, first and foremost. Like a shout out to God, a shout out to myself, because I really put in the work and I really didn't allow excuses or the lack of equipment, the lack of time, the feeling of fear just get in my way. I took that shit and I ran with that shit and I made that shit, okay? When I started this podcast, there was so many things that was the reason why I couldn't do it. Oh, well, I'm gonna need a microphone. Oh, well, I don't have a name yet. Oh, well, I don't got no design or anything like that. But I am really a firm believer that once you take that step, even while scared, even while not having everything figured out, everything will come to you because you are taking the necessary steps for you. I could have just been like, you know what? These are all the things that are in the way and I just, maybe next time. But it's like after the millionth person had told me, you should start a podcast. You should start a podcast. One day in November of 2025, I believe, or maybe it was October, or maybe it was November. I think it was November. I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do this. And I did it with an iPhone and a voice recording app that don't pay me no subscription fee, okay? My friend created this dope ass cover art. Like, have y'all not seen the cover art for Diary of a Divine Black Girl? That cover art, those color themes, it just goes. Like, it is so beautiful. I gave her some ideas. I gave her some colors. I said, add them butterflies. I said, put it on a book. And she really brought it to life. Like, she brought my vision to life. I am so in love with this cover art. I really am. And around the time she was creating the cover art, I was researching what I need. I started an Instagram page and I made an email and I came up with my name and it just all just meshed together so beautifully. And I did it. I didn't let the lack of equipment, the lack of, these things that I thought that I needed get in my way. I had an idea. I took the first step. And now we're at the season finale. So I think I started I think I started this same message in the very first episode, not the trailer, but the very first episode. Or maybe it was the trailer, y'all. It's been a while. We 10 episodes in. But I definitely remember telling y'all at the very beginning, let this be a message to anyone who wants to start something. Just take that first step. It's scary, I know. Like, do y'all think I was always comfortable telling y'all this stuff? Do y'all think I would be comfortable if or when this podcast blows up and now I got thousands and hundreds of thousands of people knowing my business? Like, but one thing about me is that I always look at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is helping myself. The bigger picture is helping others. And that's what I want to do. That's what I am doing. And that's what I'm going to keep doing. So shout out to me. And shout out to all of the people that just supported me, have listened to every episode, has engaged with me. Just thank y'all. Thank everybody. I just thank everybody. But this is very bittersweet. But everything amazing has to come to an end, at least the end of season 1. And I chose to end it on episode 10 because 10 is just such a good number as far as just like endings, but also new beginnings. So as we end and close this door, I will be getting ready for season 2 and opening up that door. And that door, it may be a little less traumatic and a little bit more fun, a little bit more college life themed. Because y'all, when I tell y'all I was acting up in college, but not necessarily to just talk about college, but to talk about the things that I was still holding on to while at college. That's kind of the point of it all, to really just talk about how the things that I've gone through as a little girl has still been present in today, and how I've just been navigating through that as a girl, as a teenager, as a young woman, and as a woman. And I've gave y'all the backstory. I set up the structure and foundation. So now y'all know exactly what a lot of those traumas and, painful experiences were. And so now the next season, you can see how it starts to affect me. Yeah, them daddy issues came in strong in college, man. Yeah. Yeah, let's just take this time to just recap, because I gave y'all a lot in season 1. Season 1 was very heavy. Season 1 was very traumatic. Season 1 was very dark. Even though I made lots of jokes, even though I tried to keep it as light as I could, you really can't get out how deep and dark it was. But I love how vulnerable I allowed myself to be, and how just okay I was with being perceived. This is me. This is all of me. And everybody has a story, and I decided that I wanted to share mine. And like I said, this isn't and nor will it ever be some idea for me to get super popular, super rich. This was for me. This was for the tribe that got it, the people that resonated, the black women, the black girls that can understand. This is me representing for the quirky, different, bubbly, vivacious black girls who feel like they don't got no place here. Like, this is for the generational curse breakers, the black sheeps, the star seeds. This is for us. This is for motherfucking us, okay? And I'm glad that I could be the voice. I'm glad somebody got to do it. Because what they say, somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it. And I'm okay with taking it for the team. I'll take it for the team, y'all. But just to recap, let's go back down memory lane. Okay. I started off talking specifically about that, about being a quirky, different, just quote unquote weird girl growing up in the south side of Chicago. That will always be my origin story. I was able to grow up, and I told y'all I didn't really have a lot of real friends. I almost had none. In middle school, high school, even college, I will say. It was just not a lot of people that had my best intentions. But I just was very different. I have and always will be different. But I kind of look at it like, if I could make it in Chicago, the south side of Chicago, as a kid, and I'm a 2000s baby, but I think people be getting it twisted. Like, I was still kind of in that 90s era. Like, I still grew up at a time where we wasn't really on our phones like that. I was growing up at a time where we was outside, and when the street lights came on, we had to run back to the crib. I was growing up during the time we was riding bikes and playing outside and popping open the fire hydrants and playing in the water and going to the movies and going to the mall. I was around that time. Like, did we have phones? Yeah, but it wasn't used as much as it was used like when I got older. Like, we was texting each other to come meet us down the block, like leave your house and meet us down the block. Like, I was still in that period. I was still in that time. I was still in that time. But yeah, like, if I could make it during that time period, a lot of kids are mean. Like, a lot of kids are mean. A lot of parents are mean. Like, and even though I know that a lot of kids that went to school possibly just weren't trying to be mean, but they were just copying what their parents did and what their parents said. And also, a lot of us didn't know how to regulate our emotions. Growing up in Chicago was already a struggle itself. It was already traumatic ourselves. Going to school with our classmates, with our friends, and then somebody ended up dying, and now we just don't have that friend no more. A lot of us witnessing and seeing stuff that we shouldn't be seeing at the ages of as low as it's like 5 to like 10, 13, 12, 11. Like, us just growing up in a real hard time and trying to navigate that. And I always tell y'all, I don't be making excuses, but I just be trying to humanize certain individuals, or all individuals. I just be trying to have some humility and think about that. Think about how humanity is only what we make it. I wasn't very I wasn't always the bravest when it came to standing up for myself. I wasn't always the bravest when it came to me speaking up. But one thing that I know is that I just have always been me. I have always been Psychesia. You either loved me or you hated me. You either bullied me or you faked like you actually liked me and still kind of bullied me. It was one or the other, which a lot of that was the case. But regardless, though, people always did come around, whether it was real or not. People always still adapted to me, and they was just like, that's just how she is. And I feel like the way that I feel about myself now, it took me a very long time to get here. Because throughout my entire upbringing, I've only ever heard negative things about myself. My family is saying that I'm whitewashed and I'm oblivious and I'm naive and bad things are going to happen to me. I lack common sense. I'm not that smart as far as critical thinking skills, problem solving skills, and I'm basically the R word. I won't use it, but the R word. And the friends that I had saying that I'm weird, saying that, I can't really hang with them. I don't really fit in. Talking about my looks, talking about my teeth, talking about my skin tone. Like, it's just like everything that you could imagine that mean people and mean kids and my parents and family said to me, that's what they said. And it took a long time for me to recondition myself. It took a long time for me to unlearn those things, because as people, we agree to a lot of things mentally, physically, and emotionally. We agree to a lot of things that we shouldn't agree to, but we didn't know that we shouldn't agree to it. Sometimes when you're hearing the same thing over and over again, you do believe it, and then you eventually become it. I used to tell myself, oh, I know I'm ugly and I'm okay with it. I know I'm dumb. I'm book smart, but I'm not smart any other way. And I'm dumb and I don't have common sense, and I'm not really a nice person, and I'm weird, and I need to stay away from people. I used to talk that way about myself all the time. I was just like, you know what? This is just what I am. They're saying it. This is true. Nobody is saying anything different. They're laughing at me. They're making fun of me. They're hurting me. The people that I really liked or was in these, quote unquote, fake relationships, when you young and you in like a high school middle relationships, they're talking about me and bullying me too, or saying, oh, it was a dare. Those trends that be like, oh, it was just a dare. That was me. That was me. I was that girl. Oh, I dare you to take her out. Oh, I dare you to tell her that you like her. I was that dare girl. And it's so crazy because I look back at my middle school and high school pictures all the time, and I just be like, girl, you were never ugly. You have never been ugly. And I'm like, yeah. But like I said, perception is a motherfucker when everybody around you is telling you something. Everybody around you is telling you the same thing. And it took a lot of work for me to really see myself as the jewel that I really am. There is nobody like me. Nobody with my laugh, nobody with my personality, nobody with my smile, nobody with my heart, nobody with my soul. I'm different, I'm unique, I'm beautiful, I'm loving, I'm genuine, I'm pure, I'm kind. And I want to change the world. I am changing the world. I want to continue to help people one person at a time. I want to be the most loving person. I want to continue to be the person that I never had. I want to be that person that restores faith in humanity. Some people, they come into my life and they just be like, you just seem too good to be true. Like, why are you so nice? Why are you so kind? Because people haven't been to me. It's different now, but back then, I speak on when I was a little girl. People weren't nice to me. People weren't kind to me. People weren't considerate of me. People bullied me. They made fun of me. And I was severely depressed nearly all my life, all my childhood. I tried to take myself out of this world multiple times, in multiple ways. I was very unhappy, very depressed, I just hated myself because I felt like the world did. And even back then, I was still so nice and so kind. That's just always been me. People refer to me as pure, genuine, a breath of fresh air. That's me. People think they getting set up. Like, no, like it's just me. And I'm not perfect, but am I going to consider you in a way that nobody else does? Yes. Am I going to see you in a way that nobody else does? Absolutely. Because that is what I've always wanted for me. And that is what I will always want for me. I love myself. I'm beautiful. I'm a goddess. And I'm unique. I'm vivacious. I'm so intelligent. I'm no longer naive. Baby, I be on point, okay? Baby, I be on point with everything, okay? You cannot trick me, okay? But I'm just like Keisha, and I look myself in the mirror and I really like who I see. And a lot of people can't say that. I like my morals. I love my integrity. I like who I am. I love what I'm trying to do. Can't nobody ever take that from me. And I work damn hard to get here, okay? And moving forward, I will never let anybody make me feel that way again. I know myself. I have learned myself and I accept myself for all of me. And I just love that. And it took a lot to get here, but I did it. I know I talked about my family, y'all. I know I got into a lot when it came to my family, okay? I gave y'all the tea and it still ain't even, I don't even think I gave y'all half for real. I gave y'all a nice chunk, but it's still not even half. But with my family, does it hurt that I'm not in contact with my family? Yeah. But it also hurt when I was in contact with my family. You know, I told y'all I was always these things, and my mama was always embarrassing me in front of the family. And I was only ever really praised when I got on a roll or when I got into this amazing college, because everybody took that win as their win. And then I went to college and nobody reached out. And it was like, oh, so yeah. Then I graduated college. Had to damn near beg my mother to come. And I don't know. It's always going to be a void there. But then when I think about it, it's just, there's a level of acceptance and there's a level of void. I am somebody that believes in balance. I carry around this acceptance and understanding of this is how it was supposed to be. This is how it's always supposed to have been, because this is the way that I need it to be. I was supposed to be the generational curse breaker, the black sheep, the star seed. I was supposed to have a very different journey than the rest of my family. I was supposed to be very different from my family. And that is a very lonely, excruciating journey, because I was just a kid and it's like I had all this put on me. I went through a lot of trauma. Then around 2021, I had my spiritual awakening and things just started making sense. I am a very strong woman and I have gone through and go through so much on a basis. Like since college, I've just been dealing with life for real. But it's because I am just meant for greatness. So many people in my life have just said to me, you are going to be so successful. Do you know that? You are going to rule the world. You're going to be a CEO. You're going to be doing big things. And I know it's true. I agree to that, okay? I accept that, but I also feel it. And sometimes you don't always see it right away, but if you can feel it, if there is something in your soul that resonates with it, then it is. And then it shall be. I am meant for greatness. I am meant to walk in big shoes. I am meant to work in my just fullest potential. I am supposed to give all of me. And I had to go through things. I had to grow. I had to evolve. I had to learn how to protect myself, but still be vulnerable to the world around me. I still had to learn how to navigate being me without changing myself for anybody, but just being cautious and using my discernment of who I'm giving all of myself to. It's a lot. It's a lot of lessons. It's a lot of key concepts. It's a lot of pain. It's a lot. And I call it excruciating, but it's also beautiful. I call my journey an excruciatingly beautiful process and journey. There is nothing like it. And even though it hurts, I always feel like it's worth it in the end. Because I look at myself and I look at who I was in all these chapters in my life, and I'm just like, damn, I get it. I get why I had to go through this. I get why I had to learn this lesson. I get why I get it. Because me being successful, me making it to the top, me really just being this incredible me, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of me knowing who I am, me knowing my morals and my integrity, what I'm not going to stand for, what I'm not going to fall for, me speaking up for myself, me setting boundaries, me knowing when to walk away. It takes a lot. Me knowing who to trust, who not to trust, me knowing who are friends and who are just business partners, like things like that. It takes a lot. I had to be completely molded, and unfortunately my family is a part of that process. Sometimes our families could be our biggest setback because we look at them as, oh, they're just family. That's just family. You know, at the end of the day, that's just family. And anybody who resonates to what I have said about my family, it's just not an excuse. Now, I'm a big firm believer of just cutting people off. My old therapist said I was avoidant. To this day, I don't think that that's true, because I think I give a lot of people chances. I do. And of course, life is not always so black and white. There's so much gray area, and I'm learning that more and more each day. But what I am saying is that holding on to people, to anything, but specifically family, just because it's family, you're going to keep yourself stuck forever. You don't have to cut them off, but you do have to stop shrinking and limiting yourself. Families can really hold you back. Family could really have you feeling like you shouldn't move. Like, don't move too far away from me. You ain't gonna have no family. So don't travel out the country. Don't take this big high paying job. Don't do this. Like, you look back and you like, damn, y'all don't want me to do nothing with my life. Y'all want me to live the life that y'all lived. But we not y'all. Some people call it selfish. Some people are just like, oh, you're selfish. Selfish is such a interchangeable word. I feel like selfish is just a word that it just comes with different perspectives based on who you're asking. Because when I look at myself, do I think I'm selfish? Hell yeah. But I'm selfish because by any means necessary, I'm going to choose myself no matter what, no matter who, no matter when. I'm choosing myself, and I'm choosing what's best for me before I think about anybody else, because it's my life, it's my reality, and I can do that. If that's me so-called being selfish, I'm okay with that. If me cutting off my toxic ass family for never seeing me, never understanding me, never understanding me, I will be that. And that's okay. Some people are so prone to being people pleasers and pleasing their families and not making anybody mad or not saying that hard thing. We all got to grow up. You got to decide, is it your life or theirs? Are you going to glow up? Are you going to evolve? Or are you going to let your family scare you so much, keep you so small and restricted that your reality just looks that way forever? And you wake up and you just be like, damn, what if? And your life done passed you by. Because people live that life every day. Living life for others. Ain't nobody gonna live life for you. So, is it painful? Yeah. But do I understand that that's how it had to be? Yeah. And I also know that I can create my own family. I got my own life, my own reality that I'm creating. And sadly, my family's not in it, but looking back, they were never really in it because they never really knew me. They never really understood me. So it really is no difference. And that's the biggest thing. You can keep yourself stuck because you just be like, oh, family, family, family. But you got to think, is there really a difference? Will there really be a difference? Sometimes it's just time for you to take a risk. And like I said, you don't have to cut your family off, but you do have to give yourself a chance, give yourself a shot. That's what I did. And your journey isn't my journey, but it might be similar. If you hearing this and you like, damn, that might be me, then yeah. And yeah. In my life, I have lost so many people. And by loss, 90% of the time I'm talking about me cutting them off. And it never gets easier. Me learning how to detach, it never gets easier. But this is all an experience. Everything, everybody is an experience. And I do my best to live in the present moment. Because all we got is today, right now. I do what I do because I feel like it's best for me. And that hurts a lot of the time. But it's always worth my while. So, hey, family is family. And you decide what that means. For me, it means that I love y'all. But I gotta love y'all from a distance because y'all are just not good for me. Y'all not good for my heart and y'all not good for my mental. And I wish y'all the best. And yeah, I'm doing big things. I'm doing big things. Recapping on my parents. Man, I didn't ask to be here. And I got treated like such a burden. And my mother and father are definitely far from perfect. I told y'all my mom, she was Miss Make It Happen. And my father, he wasn't a complete lost cause, but he was just your average father. And I say that lightly because there are a lot of fathers that are actively present and do have an emotional connection with their children, even if they're not with the mother. But I don't know. It just seemed like I was just supposed to have an absent father and an emotionally neglectful mother. I just, I'm 2 for 2 out here. Like I'm 2 for 2. But that's also something that I accept. I often wonder what my life would look like if I had a really good relationship. I mean, I definitely feel like my life would look different in a sense of it wouldn't have taken me so long to value myself or to really see or love myself. I would have grown up in a house full of love and I would have known. But like I said, we live for today. We live for the present. And I'm just a firm believer that everything happens the way that it's supposed to. Everything is pre-written. Everything is ordained. Everything is divinely put. This is my divine path and I'm walking it. And that's just how it was supposed to be. And I'm okay with that. There will always be a void. But I have grieved over it so much. And I don't think it will ever really stop. I mean, the holidays are the hardest parts for me. Those are the times where it hits me like, damn. And grief, it's an everlasting thing. It comes, it goes, it comes, it goes. I lost my grandmother unexpectedly. That sometimes hits me out of nowhere. It's just, but I believe that everything happened the way that it was supposed to. And I am a very marvelous, phenomenal woman because of it. I try my best not to harvest that energy. I try my best not to resent them because I really do understand. They had to be who they are so I could be me, so I could be free, so I could do the amazing things that I'm doing and take risks like this. My family would have never started no damn podcast. I'm the first in the family. Let's go. I'm the first in the family to do a lot of things. And I possibly will be the first in the family to continue to do a lot of the things that are coming to me. That was my journey. That was my path. And I'm not undermining any of my family members because they definitely have the capacity to do anything they want to do. But I'm saying that I know that I'm just meant for greatness. And it's kind of like everybody else knew, because I was already put on a pedestal so young. I was the golden child so young. And I don't know for what, don't know why, don't know why me. And it's like I didn't ask to be put there, but it just, that title belonged to me. That essence belonged to me. I think one of the last times that I was talking to my mom, she was just like, you just have always been this way. You just always have felt like everything is about you. And I told her, this is my reality. It is about me. In my reality, it is all about me. She said, I don't know where you got that from. I got it from you. I got it from being put on that pedestal that I never asked to be on. But maybe that pedestal, it was made for me. You know, we never know why things are happening the way that they're happening until we just sometimes grow up and gain perspective, and it makes sense. I was always meant to be a star. I was always meant to get attention. I was always meant to please a crowd. So, hey, I mean, it worked in my favor. Yeah. So, just recapping, y'all, this season has been a lot. This season has been so heavy, but it has been so healing. And I just thank y'all so much for taking this journey with me, for listening to these long ass voice messages. Season 2, I will try to shorten them down, but I had to give y'all the foundation in the first season. I had to let y'all know what was what. But thank y'all for listening. I appreciate y'all truly from the bottom of my heart, the middle and the top. I really want this podcast to find the ones that it's supposed to find. And may it resonate, and may it heal something within you. May it help you. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. My email is in my link on Instagram. And if you don't have my Instagram, my email is diaryofadivineblackgirl@gmail.com. Feel free to reach out. I will always respond. Feel free to engage, leave comments. Feel free to add me on IG. Feel free to rate my podcast. Feel free to just send it to your friend that you know is going to need it. Send it to your mama who needs to hear that she ain't shit. Send it to your piece of shit ass daddy. Send it to your sister, your mister. Like, send it to who you got to send it to. But I really hope that my vulnerability and my transparency has helped y'all see that we are not so different. A lot of us really are the same, but on different journeys. And I really hope that this podcast helped you figure out what path you want to take. And may it be one that is fulfilling. May it be one that is life-changing. May it be one that is divine. Thank you so much to all of you who have supported me. Thank you again to my girl Kay, who created this dope ass cover art. Girl, you have really set the tone. You have really just been the staple, because this cover art is finna be everywhere, okay? And I love it so much. Thank you to my friends who have shared and rated and engaged and liked every post, listened to every episode, hyped me up. I love y'all deeply. Thank you so much. Thank you to myself. Thank you to God. I'm grateful that I took this step. And may season 1 find you when it needs to find you. And may season 2, y'all, I got y'all season 2. But again, thank y'all so much. I love y'all. This is the season finale, y'all. We did it. And I told y'all we in the trenches season 1, but season 2, I got y'all with the equipment, because we do need some sound effects, because I can't keep doing it. But okay, y'all, like, that is a wrap. This is season finale of season 1 of Diary of a Divine Black Girl. We did it. Woo! Yes, y'all. y'all. Live, love, laugh. I am Psychesia, the divine princess, okay? The goddess. Kiki, if you feeling frisky, okay? And I am signing out. Love y'all. See y'all for season 2.